was short and sweet and very fun.
Good day to you, sir. It's Wednesday, but all I can think about is Friday.
Yeah,
Friday is it 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time?
that's it. Eastern time.
Good.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. Both you and I are going to be there.
Mhm.
And we'll actually be in the same building. So it's like virtual, it's hybrid, virtual and
I love that. I love that. It's going to
and
be a
in
hybrid.
person.
1 p.m. Eastern, live on Amazon. Go to www.motivationallistener.live. And you can always find this at the Aging Better Network as well.
Am I for sale? You probably better let me know. I mean, don't people go to Amazon to get something delivered? I'm
Well,
like,
that's a
what
good
size
thing.
box do I fit in?
Well, that's a good thing. Amazon Live. So you want to know what that is? Is that what you're asking?
You know what? I'm going to have you tell me what Amazon Live is in just a moment.
All right.
I know what we're going to be doing there. I really need to know what Amazon Live is. I really needed to know when you first started. So just let me know where I should go and what time on Friday.
Yeah. So that is 10 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast. But since most people key off of the Eastern time zone, that's 1 p.m. Friday, April. That's April 15th.
Yep,
April
Friday
15th.
15.
You can't miss that because it's the traditional tax day, but because it's also Good Friday because it's Easter weekend. And so because it's Good Friday, tax day isn't until the following Monday. So, but in your brain, normally we think April 15th is an important day for the IRS, but it's going to be even a more important day for those of you who are supporting Christine and the Aging Better Network, because her and I will be live on Amazon talking about her book. And I'm just going to put that right up there so people can see. This is what we're going to be talking about. And it's the Act of Aging, Volume 1, Pre-Planning for Your Emotional and Relational Future. And we'll be talking about that on Amazon Live.
I'd like to give you a moment to just talk about other authors or other books. Just pull some out. You know, right now you have done author interviews on Amazon Live while things are being sold, including their books or other things that they have on Amazon.
That, you know, it is a variety. I've had people like Joe Sanic, who his book was published by HarperCollins, and that was Thursday is the New Friday, and he's focusing in on a 4-day work week, and it's not 4 10s, it is 4 8-hour days. And when he wrote the book, he lived up to that. And so as a father taking care of his kids, he made sure that Friday was not a work day at all. And I've had people like Travis Perry, who those are songbooks, and so playing guitar with songbooks. And I've had children's books. I've had books on aging. We've had them all. We've had. I think the only thing that I have not had is an interview with an author on Amazon Live is a graphic novel.
Oh, okay.
So we've had fiction,
there you
nonfiction, children's, all kinds of things. But I have yet to interview a graphic novelist, which I'd like to do.
On your wish list, is to have a graphic novelist say, pick me. I want to be interviewed. And then you can put up, because you're so great at gathering together these pictures and magically putting them up on the screen, because I'm the analog woman and you are the digital man. So somehow it all works together, because it wouldn't be as interesting if there were empty rooms and just cameras looking at each other with nothing going on. So it works great to have people,
so it's a lot of fun.
and to have this opportunity. So when someone goes to Amazon Live, and tell everyone again how they can get to Amazon Live?
Yeah. So the best way is to watch Christine this Friday at 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, this Friday, April 15th. Go to www.motivationallistener.live, and that's an actual URL. It will redirect you right to the stream. If you went there now, it'll say coming soon this Friday, and if it's live, then you can watch. You can also watch in replay. So if you're not able to watch this Friday, you can watch it in the replay. But we would love to have people come because there's a chat column, and interacting with people is so much more fun. We would love to have you come to motivationallistener.live, 1 p.m. this Friday. Interact with Christine, ask questions, tell her how much you love the book. That would be a good thing too.
It is 99 cents. Well worth it.
There's a
well
lot
worth
of fun for 99.
the extra
and a lot
change.
Of help. A lot of help. Yeah, exactly.
Great. Okay. Well, if I get lost on my way to Motivational Listener, can I also hop on through the agingbetterNetwork.com?
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you just go to agingbetterNetwork.com, then we've put it right at the top of the homepage.
Good.
So it's there. It's also, of course, in the upcoming guest appearances, where you can find the past events as well, and recordings from there, from podcasts, and Christine's presentation at the Caring Conference.
Perfect. So I like to promote you too. I want to say that you were the one who reeled me in and said, come up with a Kindle book. You have pages and pages that you've written on saying, I'd love to share this out. Put it in Kindle form. And we're going to put in some links. Why did you want it in Kindle form particularly?
Yeah, the important thing there is that there is great information in this book. And in the Active Aging, there is a link to supplemental training. And really what this is it's a sample of the guided journal, Pre-Act Your Age journal. And so there's samples that people can go in and they can start to pre-act their age. And there's videos that you've made to help people, just kind of walk them through, give them a little idea what it looks like, what the journal looks like.
If I have my Kindle device or whatever device I'm reading Kindle.
You can read Kindle on your smartphone, on tablets. The tablets are really convenient, of course, on the Kindle e-readers. And then also you can download the app for your computer, for your PC or your Mac, and so you can read on screen as well.
Great. And you can immediately go to a prompted journal page. So already available on Amazon is The Active Aging Volume 1, Pre-Planning for Your Emotional and Relational Future. Already there. But bubbling in the background, getting ready, it's in the oven. It's going to come out as soon as the temperature gauge says that it's done.
That's right.
Will be the complete Pre-Act Your Age prompted journal with many different aspects of aging, but only one at a time.
Yeah, that's right. Don't be overwhelmed.
If you're going to prepare and pre-plan, you want to be able to be clear-headed and calm in yourself, and you want to feel like, okay, this isn't happening to me yet. As I am aging, some of these aspects may come into my life. What can I do now to fortify my relationships and to make a better choice now that will affect my future. So, it's a new concept. And that's why I wrote this Kindle book, The Act of
Mhm.
Aging, to tell why, and I'm grabbing this right now, to tell why you should pre-act your age, so that
Mhm.
when the actual journal comes out and you have it in your hands and it's paper and you're ready to read and do a bit of writing, the prompted journal has um, the answer key. So you've just snuck over to the teacher's desk, pulled the book, and there's the answer key right there. I can't think about what that would be like in my distant future. Oh, here's some selections. I'll grab that one. It makes sense. So as you're writing this journal, I'm actually giving you answers that you could write, or you could ignore them all and just write what you're thinking. Maybe something you've experienced vicariously through someone else. So I'm bringing up Start with Why.
Oh yeah, Simon Sinek's book. This is
Yeah.
his TEDx talk from Puget Sound back many years ago. Is one of the most popular uh, TEDx talks that were out there. In fact, in all of TED,
Yeah,
and
don't
the
tell him
book is
that
good.
don't tell him that I said Simon Says, but that is the way I've actually read this
I'm sure
and
you're not the
marked
first
it
person.
and used it, and I said, Simon says I should answer the question or tell my audience, my consumer, my friend that's sitting across the kitchen table, I should tell them why. Start with why. And so I did. I am in The Act of Aging, Volume 1, Pre Planning for Your Emotional Relational Future. That whole book is about why you should. And notice that it's Volume 1.
Hmm.
There are some other volumes that are coming from different directions for really different personalities. And in The Act of Aging, this first volume, I give you short examples of who you might be. Are you living independently? You are the sole person living under your roof, and you are walking into the third of your life. Are you a person sandwiched between multiple people, older and younger, and you are also beginning the adventure of retirement years? There's, I don't remember, I think 9 different categories. You might fit into more than one. So in The Act of Aging, Volume 1, you can find yourself and realize why you should pre-act your age, because I didn't invent the concept. I've just put it into print, and I've created single pages that approach aspects of aging, very general, very common things that are specific when you are entering the third of your life, and ways in which you can prepare now for better outcomes. So it's why you should pre-act. That's kind of a new concept, but I've seen other people do it. Maybe in moments that they saw someone else reacting or responding to aging, and they either thought, I want to do something like that, or I do not want to put my kids through that. So
Yeah.
this is just the beginning, just the beginning.
And that's what I love, that you've created these. Yeah, you've given word, you've given voice, you've given body, substance to the acts of aging, and then journaling is
Yes.
is a I will say it's an accepted practice for those who
Mhm.
are interested in self development, and we see this in things like the gratitude journal and so forth. And there are some journals that give you a lot of leeway. That is, there's not a lot of information. It's write about this, and
Mhm.
but in your case, you're giving an aspect, you're giving people an opportunity to think about it, but you're also giving them a structure and some prompts that help them really decide how they want to prepare for that specific aspect of aging.
Nancy May,
Mhm.
Care Manatee, File of Life, and also how to handle 911 medical emergencies. She really was one of the first published authors who understood my concept and said, you should put it together as a journal. At first, I was trying to make it an owner's manual or, a reference material. And she said, really put it together with the thought of someone writing things down that doesn't want to deal with it. Nobody wants to spend a beautiful day in the snow, in the sunshine, whatever your beautiful day is, kayaking or curled up with a book, thinking, wow, what if we have to deal with a 911 medical emergency today? But being prepared, no one ever says, I really regret being well prepared for something that came my way out of left field, out of the blue. No one ever says, boy, I just really wished I hadn't gotten all of my items and all of my information together for that moment. Everyone's so grateful that they're prepared. And that's the relief that I heard in the voices of people that I worked alongside as I was sent as a caregiver into homes where someone needed assistance and someone else who cared about that person would confide in me. I am so glad that we got the bathroom ADA ready so that the wheelchair isn't a problem anymore. I'm so glad that we went to an elder law attorney and got all of these things put into place, it for this moment in life. There's another sound that I would hear in people's voices, and that was not pre-planned, not prepared, not looking into their own future. The person that I was assisting had not prepared those around them for what was happening. Understandably, we can't know everything ahead of time. That's why I wrote my book. We can't know everything ahead of time. But there was a different sound, a sound of regret. Oh, if only we had known. If it took us a year and a half just to navigate this one aspect of aging. It happens to everyone. It feels like it's never happened to anyone before, but it happens to everyone. And we were so caught unprepared. And it's just been an emotional and a relational struggle. And as I heard those things, I thought, surely there's a book out here to rescue all of us because I'm aging too. And I couldn't find one. And so, like many, many authors, I wrote one. And thank you for influencing me in that direction, Amazon Live influencer.
I love it. Yeah. It's just, again, the journaling process can be so healing for people and just give people a chance to reflect, have a time of introspection. And
you can look back at it.
That's right.
You've done
really
a
part of the
lot
idea.
of journaling and you have opened those books. You usually pick out like a special binding, or a particular way that it's maybe formatted. And you actually go back and you journal about business and your plans and your dreams and people that you've met that were instrumental. I haven't looked through your journals, but this is not your teenage daughter's diary at all. This is definitely for a mature person with emotional intelligence who has an intention, a wish or a preference for something as specific as if I need physical, personal, private assistance, do I absolutely want it to be someone that I know and already have developed trust in? Or do I absolutely want it to be someone who's a professional stranger who enters my life and exits and I go back? People go different directions, but do you have those conversations with people who are around you ahead of time to let them know what you would prefer? What do you think you would prefer? If you've written it down in a journal, you can revisit that again in 6 months or a year and go, do I still feel that way? Am I still, are my preferences still leaning in that direction? And then you can document it, communicate it, and actually take action on it today to start that muscle memory and to start those habits of aging on your own terms.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to point out there was one thing that I was very intentional about creating the Aging Better Network, because the agingbetternetwork.com, my website, has resources like words that you didn't know you needed to know until now. And what do they mean? It's like resources that you can find online and people who have created these amazing innovations so that you don't have to create them all yourself or for yourself or for someone who is challenged by aging. But also I put in the Declaration of Freedom. The Declaration of Freedom. So this is a pre-action that I would recommend to every human being, that you go ahead and personalize it and print it and post it and pass it out to other people to guard yourself with their help from someone taking advantage of you. My experiences as a caregiver included tragedy more than once in the lives of vulnerable aging people who were perfectly capable of guarding themselves until a certain point. A number of aspects of aging were piling up on them. They became more vulnerable, and someone, I will just say criminals, invaded their life in one way or another. And every year, maybe it might have been twice a year, we as caregivers went through training to understand about exploitation and other abuses, and to understand that, how careful we can be to make sure that we don't even take advantage of someone who is aging or facing years in isolation or diagnoses, let alone having something unscrupulous in mind. And so it's really important in every life to make sure that you don't think you've got it all covered because, yay, you went and took care of medical things, and you took care of your health, and you took care of your finances, and you took care of the legalities. But there is another arena, and that is empowering the people who truly care about you to move forward, to be proactive and say, I want evidence that this person is being properly treated. So that's, I would just have to say, it's a big deal to me. It always will be. It's very emotional for me as a caregiver. And I would much rather that everyone else say, I've got that covered. I have my people. They know my preferences and my wishes, and they know that they are invited to walk into my life and make sure that I am being treasured as a human being instead of treated as a target. So that is a heavy subject for the moment. I think I want to go back to something lighthearted like aging, because I've decided I don't want to age unless I'm aging on my own terms. I don't want to continue aging unless I'm doing it with zest and fun and intentionality. And so I do want to age by pre-acting my age. And you can learn more about that from The Act of Aging, Volume 1, Pre-Planning for your Emotional and Relational Future. And you can find it on Amazon, and it is available in Kindle form so that you can just tap on those links and go right to some journaling sample pages, and also some videos. And if there's just not enough there for you, go to the Aging Better Network website, agingbetternetwork.com, and look up some different journaling samples. And you can even watch podcasts where I asked my people, my guests, to just walk through some pre-acting on their future aging with me. And I would love for you to come to the Amazon Live author interview and ask questions, because even in my podcasts, I say, don't tell me the question, just pop it in there as a surprise. I want to be challenged. I want to continue to grow and learn and have to think differently. And so pop in some questions on Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and you can get to that interview that will last a whole hour from either www.motivationallistener.live. Was that right? I can hear you in your office, but you're muted.
Oh yeah, there we go. And as we wind down, I just want to say thank you to Charla. She likes the idea of the suggested answers, and that keeping why in mind is so helpful for focusing on what's important and persisting when things get tough. Charla, thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
As we wind down the
Yay.
Aging Better Network live broadcast every Wednesday at 9 Pacific time.
Thank you, Charla. I'm glad that you found the suggested ideas to help your own very capable mind start thinking through some other aspects of aging and your own life and your own goals for the future. I'm so glad. Thank you, Charla.
So I'll give you the last words as we wind down.
Great. I guess I'm focused on questions that deserve answers. And I say that in the podcasts, that the audience deserves to know who you are, because my podcasts are backwards. I start with some pre-act your age prompts that my guest responds to. And then we finally get to what their endeavors are, how they are blessing people around them. So if you want to see any of those podcasts and read about those people, go right ahead to agingbetternetwork.com/home. But then when you scroll down below my book, The Act of Aging, then you will see Pre-Act Your Age podcast. And you can click there and just choose by name or subject, or you just like their friendly face, or you wonder why I look like I'm sneezing. And you can click on that and just listen, because we jump right into it. We just chat for a moment and jump right into pre-acting our ages. So please show up on Friday. Ask me questions, make me think, make me work for it. I don't want to just do an interview. I would like to be challenged. because aging is a challenge, and that's all good. Thank you.